Eliza, Oli, and the magical heart of the snow. In a distant corner of the world, hidden beneath countless blankets of snow, there existed a kingdom where the snow sang and the ice crystals sparkled like stars. It was the home of Eliza, the Snow Queen, and her most loyal companion, the snowman, Oli. Every morning, Eliza awoke to the song of the snowflakes, and Oli joyfully rolled through the white fields, leaving behind trails like smiles that continued to shine beneath the winter sun. But one day, something strange occurred. The snow that once shimmered like precious gems turned gray and heavy. The violins groaned, and the snowy trees bent their branches as though mourning. The entire kingdom appeared to have lost its magic. Eliza opened the old book of the legends of the snowmen. There, among the yellowed pages, she read that deep within the heart of the winter forest, something special was hidden. The magical heart of the snowmen, which sustained the vibrant spirit of winter. Without it, the snow would turn dark, and joy would vanish. Without hesitation, Eliza and Oli decided to embark on a journey. Carrying only warm scarves and great courage, they stepped into the deep snowdrifts where the wind whispered old songs. The journey was not easy. The violins concealed the paths, and the frozen rivers sang sad melodies. Sometimes, Oli, with his round snowy feet, would slip and fall into the snow, but he would always get up with a wide smile and continue forward. First, they passed by a frozen lake, so perfect that it seemed like they were walking on the sky. Beneath them, the ice reflected the moonlight, creating magical silver bridges. Oli, who was constantly looking at his reflection, momentarily forgot to watch where he was going and tripped. Eliza laughed, helped him up, and reminded him that the journey was long-term important, not just the beautiful reflection in the water. Next, they crossed the Valley of Forgotten Snowflakes, a place where every breath felt heavy and thoughts mixed with old memories. Here, the snow was so thick that even the brightest snowflake vanished. Eliza felt a wave of sadness, but then she remembered her mission and her friendship with Oli, which gave her the strength to continue. Later, as they crossed the cold pass, they were hit by a fierce snowstorm that forced them to stop. They sought shelter under a large snow-covered tree, whose frozen roots offered them a little warmth. While the wind howled, Eliza thought about how true strength is not measured by how much you can fight, but by how gently you can remain during the toughest times. When the storm finally subsided, the path led them to a secret ice cave whose entrance was guarded by statues of frozen animals. Every step inside the cave echoed like a bell. Inside the cave, the walls were lined with crystals that reflected their determination. For a moment, Eliza and Oli felt small and insignificant in comparison to the grandeur of nature, but they also felt as though they were part of something much larger and more important. Then, from the darkness of the cave, a snow fairy emerged, a creature made of shimmering snowflakes and ice. Without saying a word, she began to fly ahead of them, leaving a trail of light behind. Following her dazzling trail, Eliza and Oli stepped beneath arches of frozen branches stretching like natural arches above their heads. There, the snow was as soft as cotton, and the air was filled with crystal bells that chimed invisibly in the silence. Suddenly, before them opened a small circular clearing where the snow glistened in all the colors of the rainbow, and in the center grew a single ice flower that glowed with an inner light. It was the magical heart of the snowflakes. Eliza carefully approached, her hands full of love and care, and touched the flower. In that instant, warmth spread through the air. The snowflakes began to glow again. The trees lifted their branches, and the snow regained its silver brilliance. But just when they thought everything was over, the ice beneath them began to crack. From the ground, large ice pillars rose, forming a barrier around them. The icy magic put them to the final test. Eliza had to show not only courage, but also patience and wisdom. Instead of trying to break down the ice walls, she closed her eyes, placed her hand on her heart, and remembered all the beautiful moments she had shared with Oli. The laughter, the warmth of friendship, and countless snowy adventures. With that pure memory, the ice began to melt on its own. The walls fell quietly, leaving a path that led back to their home. The little snow fairy soared high into the air, leaving behind a rain of sparkling snowflakes, and then disappeared like a dream slowly waking. Eliza and Oli joyfully watched as their world came back to life. They realized that the magical heart was not just a flower, it was a symbol of their courage, faith, and the love they carried within themselves. Returning home, the snow danced gently around them, and the kingdom greeted them with songs of joy. Eliza and Oli returned to the kingdom, filled with joy and gratitude, but also with a new understanding of the world around them. Love and kindness were their true power, and they were ready to share that light with everyone around them. Upon their return, all the residents of the kingdom gathered for a grand celebration in honor of their brave queen and her loyal friend. The snowflakes, now glowing once again in all shades of white and silver, created a spectacular display under the moonlight. The citizens sang and danced, rejoicing in the new magic brought by Eliza and Oli. Each day was filled with new adventures, and the kingdom became a place where love and friendship were the foundation of all actions. Eliza, as queen, led the people with wisdom and gentleness, and Oli was her constant partner in every endeavor. Behind every smile and rise in temperature during the winter days stood their determination to create magic from the hearts of all who lived in the kingdom. With each new day, the snow continued to sing, and Eliza and Oli learned that true magic is not something that can be owned or stolen, but something that must be created and kept in the hearts of all. And so, the magical heart of the snowflakes remained in its place, but the path they left behind was a path of love, kindness, and endless hope, which would guide all generations in the kingdom of Eliza and Oli. From that day, Eliza and Oli always remembered that true magic is not hidden in objects or in power, but in their hearts, in their friendship, and in their unwavering hope. And the snow every night gently whispered to them, "Where there is kindness, the snowflakes will shine forever." The end.